Hey guys, today I want to talk about mindfulness. What does living mindfully actually mean? And I have some tips that I'd like to share with you guys. For me, it's about deepening my self-awareness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. By finding balance, you can control your emotions. Being mindful will bring you awareness of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self. Also, mindfulness is a state of awareness without judgment, awareness of everyday choices that we make throughout the day. Living mindfully requires us not to indulge in the past hurts or regrets. It is rather about making the most of this very moment in order to improve our future state. So for me, mindfulness has provided me the ability to cope with difficult emotions such as stress, anxiety, fear, and anger. You know, I used to be kind of a, I would say a moody girl, and being mindful is just kind of making me aware of those triggers. So I have a few tips that I'd like to share with you guys today. I made some notes here. And before I share those tips, if you could be so kind to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and comment below. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So number one tip that I have is, for me, it's a morning gratitude prayer. You can do your morning gratitude prayer with your meditation. Before I get out of the bed, I do my morning gratitude prayer, and it typically starts with four things, and it starts with love, forgiveness, and being grateful. And I also, if I happen to have any negative judgment or negative feelings from the day before or that week, I try to replace those thoughts or those feelings with something positive. And then number two is that I start meditation. It's typically 4:35 in the morning, almost every morning. And with meditation, I pretty much sit quietly and follow my breath, and I kind of go inward. There's so many ways to meditate. Obviously, there are great videos on YouTube. This has kind of been working for me. I also use a 10 minutes morning meditation for gratitude and positivity to start your day. And it's I'm going to link the channel below. It's called The Mindful Movement. I absolutely love this channel. I've been using them since 2016. They have quite a few meditations. They have if I'm running out of time, typically 10 minutes is what I use, but they have meditations for, I believe, 20 minutes and then another one for an hour. And also, on the days that I don't meditate, I can tell that I'm kind of like not connected throughout the day. So number one was gratitude prayer. Number two, meditation. Number three for me is eating mindfully. So what do I mean by that? I am actually, I eat mostly plant-based, but if you're not a plant-based eater, that's okay. Just be very mindful or cautious or aware of what you're putting in your body. So if you're, for example, the type of person that you're eating in front of TV or your laptop or there's paperwork, try to minimize that and really enjoy your food, and try to sit on a nice table or somewhere where you're outdoors and you really get to enjoy your meal. Also kind of chew your food silently and carefully. Don't just like... Number four is to move your body. So whether it's through walking, practicing yoga, just stretching, break from the old habits and just kind of move your body every day or 5 days a week. Just even 15 minutes of a walk is a great way to start. Number five is to focus one project at a time. Typically for me is when I put too many things on my list of to-do, I tend to get overwhelmed. So it's good to focus on one project at a time. And also a lot of studies have shown that when we multitask, we tend to actually make more mistakes. So one at a time, take breaks. If you can take breaks in between your projects, that's even better. And also, if the other thing that I think is very important is that if you feel like you're having a bad day, which we all can have bad days, by the way, if you're having a bad day, or if you're not feeling right about a major decision, try not to make that decision and just kind of sleep on it. Don't make a decision on the days that you're not in the right mood, if that makes sense. Okay, so number 6 is to slow down. So what do I mean by that? If you slow down, you're not going to feel so overwhelmed. And that's the cool thing about slowing down. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to get everything down, okay? So basically, by slowing down deliberately, you basically bring a greater level of consciousness in everything that you do. From the time that you wake up, from the time that you eat your breakfast and you go to work, you eat your lunch, and how you walk, and and then of course when you go to bed. So by doing that, just also the other thing that is cool about slowing down is that you get to notice things in your surrounding, whether it's a smell of flower or birds chirping or winds blowing through the trees. I mean, you are going to notice things that you didn't notice before. So pay attention to your environment, surroundings that we so often take for granted. Number 7 is to spend time in nature. This is one of my favorite. I personally love to go hiking. When I had my dog, I would take my dog and we would go hiking, and hopefully one day I'll have a dog again. So that's one of my favorite things to do, to take long walks and go hiking. Okay. Number 7 is to spend time in nature. Take a walk through the park, go hiking, or go by the beach. That's a great way to spend a day. So number 8 for me is to minimize and declutter my living space, office, my car. And I personally have donated quite a few items just to minimize my place. Usually when your place is clean and your desk is decluttered, you're going to feel like you're getting more done. You try that. Declutter your place. I think it's the best. And if there are things that you don't need, donate it. Give it to someone, especially if it's in a good shape and they can use it. If someone else can use it and you're not using it, that's the best way to go about it, to just donate some stuff. And those are my tips for today. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.